right, so we're going to be working with transition words today. If you remember when we went over the rubric for our paper in class, one section was called transition words, and it says that we have to use two or more transition words in our paper. In your packet, you have a chart that says transition word chart. What I'm going to have you do is title the top of your notebook paper or your next available page in your composition notebook, transition words. Cut this chart out and glue it in at the top of your page. We are going to take some notes in this or on this page, so do leave some room on here. We're going to be writing about the purposes or ways that we can use transition words. So this, like I've said before with other charts that we've glued in, is not every single transition word that exists. These are some more common transition words and some easy to include transition words, but don't think that this is the only list you can choose from. You're going to be choosing two places in your paper that you're going to include a transition word. These are going to be pretty easy to use. If you're including a quote, your said statement, like I like to call it, after the quote is done, these are all considered transition words too. And then in conclusion paragraphs or conclusion sentences at the end of your paragraph, you have quite a few to choose from here that are easy to add in. So in our paper, we're going to choose two from this list or from another list, if you think of another one too, to include in our paper. Now, purpose for transition words. Transitions or transition words link, let me write this, link sentences or phrases together. So that ideas flow smoothly together. Okay, so there's one little blurb. Another blurb is that they help us to not have abrupt, which means like sudden jumps or changes in our writing, where we're not talking about one thing and then automatically jump to another idea or topic. But luckily in our paper, and we'll get to this in a little bit, headings will help us to not necessarily have these abrupt jumps or make these abrupt jumps a little bit easier or nicer to have in our writing. But we're going to be including two of these in our writing to help our ideas flow together smoothly. When you are including them in your writing, just until your paper is due, I'd like you to highlight them yellow. So just the word or the phrase that you use in your paper, I'd like you to highlight yellow if you're typing. If you're writing it out, you can highlight it or circle it just so that you're aware as you go through the paper and as we go through the unit that you have those already included in your paper. Okay, so this is all for today. Choose two, either from this list or from another list that you find online or just another word that you've heard of being used as a transition word to include in your paper to help some ideas flow smoothly together.